Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to the Bonk update. And I made a video probably 2 days ago talking about untapped liquidity, and I want to show you what was happening in the video. You see this message here, private entry for May resumes from 20 to 30 April. Well, you may want to take it seriously because of the following reasons probably. Assalamu alaikum everyone, so welcome back to the Pepe update today. Bitcoin is making a fake out, and maybe $52,000 is kind of being postponed at the moment. And the next thing that I want to talk about is that Pepe day by day is making better signs. And you see, we're still moving like this, and the RSI shows that there's a lot of buying activity going on. So as long as people are going to step in, big investors are going to step in, then I think that it's time for Pepe to probably push back up a little bit and give a relief rally, take some few stop losses at 556, 588, 606, maybe even probably up to 761. And that was the whole idea about the video. So Pepe and Bonk had something very similar. Speaking of Bonk, I also showed the very same thing with Bonk as well. And I've been telling people to buy Bonk 4 days ago back here. You can see that this was a message publicly given, a 38%, right? So this is almost 380% in profit if $1,000 was pretty much traded with $35 being taken in risk. And it was actually back in 16th of April. And that's when we kind of did everything. And anyways, April was pretty good for us. We had 38% from Jasmine. We had 38% from Bonk. So we're almost 76% move up. Pepe is doing what I was expecting it to do, as you can see on the charts. I've already told you about it. Yesterday it was at 518. Today, 574. So untapped liquidity is pretty much working out. There are places where this visit is going to happen. Now, in order for you to come up to the private, all you have to do is go to Discord, come down, click on Discord, go to the announcement, click on my name and message me there if you want to enter for May as well, so that the trades that I take, you take as well with the lowest risk possible and probably good reward profit ratio as well. Now, back into the Pepe. I personally believe Pepe is not done just yet. I don't think Pepe is looking to still drop yet. Not yet. Because number one, you've actually broken this little bit of a pattern that you have, which almost looked like a bear flag to continue to go down. But as I told you, that this is still a very positive sign we're happening for Pepe. And now Pepe has pumped, but it may continue to do so until we don't see it coming up to 690 and probably, as I said in the video, 764. On the 1 hour time frame, there are some few things that I'm trying to conclude as well, because there is a little bit of a pattern that probably is out there in the making. So we could actually say something like this also is a possibility. And if you ever had to go down, maybe you might go down here to 545 and then continue to the upside. So this pattern can push Pepe from there to there, and you could be looking at, again, this, as I was expecting, 760. So my personal take is we might see 760. And another thing is that if you do end up coming up to 760, then you are doing one more thing, and that is you are really breaking above here, and you're coming above this resistance one more time, which also reminds me of a pattern called a bump and run. Okay, this was a very, very old pattern that I used to see long time ago. So I'm going to do a quick Google, and I'm going to search for bump and run, and I want to show you this. I don't think I've ever talked about bump and run on Pepe. So I'm going to do bump and run pattern. Something for you to learn. If you want to learn TA, I do have a whole course for you as well. Again, all of this thing, link in the description. If you want to know what the course is all about, this is the link right there. If you want to buy, again, always message me on Discord. So bump and run looks something like this, and here it is, okay? I think that this image on the right over there represents what I want to tell you. So you have something that all of a sudden the market is moving like this, and then you drop down, and then you make this curve a little bit, and then you start to break above and then you start to move to the upside. Another one is probably this right over here. So you're moving down, you're breaking above, you're moving to the upside. So bump and run, okay? So you bump, and the reason why you bump, can you guess? Why do we call it a bump and run? You just bump it to take stop losses, nothing else. You make people bearish and then you run away. Simple, right? It's something like that. So if I had to say, again, bump and run right over there, so you've already made the bump, can we get the run? Okay, because this thing here really matches this thing right over here that you're looking at. Isn't this right over here and this right over here pretty much the same? Okay, I don't think anyone on YouTube, the whole YouTube is not going to tell you this. Here it is, and that's why I say follow this channel, because you may never see me again. And the thing is, we can just try to see more and more examples, but this is for you to research. And the future that I'm looking forward to is this right over here. And it happens very rarely that you get a bump and run, okay? Very, very rarely. This is another example of it, okay? So I hope Pepe makes a bump and run and actually continues to go to the outside. If there's any other information that we can get, probably, then I think there are some few description I want to read. It targeted the descending trend line from the lead-in phase. Yes, so the descending trend line is the target, which means that at least we can pretty much conclude that this here resistance line is going to be your technical target. So 667 is where the bump and run is going to be. Your bump, your run right over there. Now, if you break above 661, right, you may continue back to the all-time high and even further to the upside if you cross it. So I'm just going to give the summary here. The trend line here is the bump and run first technical target. And there are possible scenarios where you also continue to come up to 757 and then continue to go to the upside. So once you make it up to 654, let's see what happens. And that's all for the video. I'm going to see you the next round, officer.